Hello friends, this is Tiago from Blueshark Studio. I'm here to help you on the assembly of the Giga and Mega paint stations. You can get our products from Etsy or from our website. We do offer an assembly service, but it's cheaper and more fun if you buy it in kit. I will link the stores and other relevant data below. If you like the video, please subscribe and share. So, let's get to work. Please remember that the Giga and Mega paint stations are very similar. Only the size of the parts are different, they all share the same anatomy. I'm always updating the stations, so parts could differ from the video, with holes or ribs. What do you need to assemble the station? You will need a flat surface to work. You will need to lay out all parts on that surface and let it rest overnight to get the wood accustomed to your geographic area. Then you will need some straight pieces of wood, some large, some small, and you'll probably need them all. You will require some medium clamps. Small clip-like clamps will come handy on the assembly of smaller parts. And two large clamps with a working area of a minimum of 1.5 feet or 45 centimeters. As a side note, some buyers used rope, stacks of books to clamp the station, so as long as you can compress the parts while gluing, it will work. Then you need some good and strong wood glue. I use this little bottle that helps me to squeeze the glue at any angle. A sharp knife can come handy when removing splinters or straightening some laser leftovers. Some files or sandpaper, you'll need it too. The first piece you need to do is the handle. Select the prettiest sides and place them side by side face down. I will add some glue to the parts. Remember to always place glue on all contact surfaces. I'm using some weights to help me out to keep the wood from moving around. You can notice the wood sometimes is not straight, but we will compensate while gluing. Put them together and align the parts. I use this technique to ease the process, as aligning the wood with glue is not easy. First, I place a clip on one side, compressing sideways. This way the parts become aligned in that area. Then I check both ends and align them by hand. The second clip sideways too, on the other side, and the part should be aligned. Only then I add the compressing clips. Some glue is immediately squeezed out. You can clean it with your finger, a damp cloth or a paper towel. It's your choice. Now, while the handle dries, let's move to the spine of the box. This is one of the most structural parts of the construction. Most parts will not be 100% flat and can move around while gluing, so I use some weights to keep them flat and steady. I will use this wood block to help me out later. Let's add some glue to all contact areas on the base. I will want glue on both sides of the spine, so I use the block and weight to do it, elevating the spine and rotating it. I will not place glue on the inserts that are near the label top, because they will only be connected later. You'll need to put glue on the lower inserts near the small hook. Then flip, place some more glue, then let's connect the spine. It's a loose connection, so there is a lot of space for corrections while trying to fit it. Start placing from the bottom to the top. Take your time to get all the inserts in the slots. Now we'll have to let it rest for 30 minutes depending on your glue. I usually use this medium clamp here to be sure that everything stays square. A simple straight piece of wood can be used to scrape and clean the excess of glue. You may use a damp cloth or a piece of paper, whatever works is fine. In the end, I just place more weights to keep it as flat as possible and let the glue settle. Once the glue is settled, let's start with the outside parts of the box. Lay them on the work area like the video. Don't forget that we will need the handle on this process. We will start laying down lots of glue in all contact surfaces. This is the area where the handle will connect with the box, so add some extra glue here, on both sides. Don't forget to place glue here too. I ended up disassembling everything because of this mistake. Then after all glue is spread, use some more on the shelves inserts on both sides. Let's raise the sides. Start on one side, rotating from the base and using your fingers to fit the shelf on the insert slot, and move to the other side and do the same. Verify if everything is fitting together. Then I add one of the big clamps. I will not add too much pressure now, only enough to keep it assembled. It's a good time to place the handle now. I will add a bit of glue on top of the spine before placing the handle. It will give me a better clearance to walk. Now, take the top part and fit it into the handle until it touches the box. Simply fit the handle on one side and bend it on the other side. Try not to break it. Slowly, from one side to the other side, start fitting all parts together. They should snug nicely. Now let's move to the bottom of the box and do the same. Once everything is fitted, let's apply some pressure. I will start using some wood blocks to help out the framing, some long ones on the sides that I will have to adjust as needed. Then I add another block of wood on the bottom. Sorry, the video does not show it very well, but we can see it. Then I add the top clamp. Double check if everything is fitting together, and then put some pressure on those clamps. I now use some medium clamps to guarantee that all corners are under pressure too. Once you know everything is holding together, we start cleaning the excess glue as we have to do every time. Let it rest for 20 to 30 minutes, but not longer, because we may need to correct the bottom connections. We remove all clamps and inspect the box. Let's look at all connections, especially the ones on the back box. During inspection, you can remove any excess glue you find. This is an example of a problem. There are some gaps on the construction. Let's use some medium clamps to compress it back to the right place. There are places where we need extra care. For example, if we need to compress near one of the hooks, we should be careful not to break it. When compressing it again, some glue will spill. Do not forget to clean it. Now let it dry an hour and the hard part of the job is done. The box is done. The glue is settled. Only these two lower shelves are glued to the box, so we are going to do that now. The rest of the shelves can be moved around. Let's add some glue for both sides. Fit it in place. Remove all the excess glue. Then we just fit the large shelves and the short shelves. Our box is ready. Let's work on the models. Let's start with the long drawer. I will add a weight to help me out and start laying some glue on all contact parts. When assembling this type of components, I use a block of wood to keep some parts from falling. So I raise one of the sides and use a block to keep it in position. Then one by one I raise the sides until all inserts are connected to the slots. Once I get the sides connected, I usually place a clamp on one side, then connect the remaining part and place a clamp on the other side. Remove the excess of glue and ensure all is tight. Rotate the drawer and if needed you should add some weights or another clamp to the central part. Once again, clean any excess of glue and let it dry. Let's start with the short drawer. It's a similar assembly of the long drawer. Let's place glue on all contact areas. I raise one of the sides using a block to keep it in position. Then I raise one of the sides until all inserts are connected to the slots. Once I get the sides connected, I usually place a clamp on that side, then connect the remaining part and place another clamp. Remove the excess of glue and ensure all is tight. Rotate the drawer and if needed you should add some weights or another central clamp. Once again, clean any excess of glue and let it dry. Now it's time for the brush and cup holder. Let's place glue on all contact areas. I raise one of the sides using the block to keep in position, then raise the other side and then the end. After all parts are aligned, I place the top and gently fit all parts together. I usually hold it with 4 clamps, rotate it and put some glue on the middle part and insert it. Be careful, all large holes must be on the same side. And once again, clean any excess of glue and let it dry. Now let's build the tray paint modules. We are building a 26mm or drop bottle tray. The building technique is the same for the 26mm citadel pots, as all parts share the same outside geometry. Let's place glue on all contact areas. Once again, I raise one of the sides with the block to keep in position, then raise the other side, and then the end. Then place on the top and gently fit all parts together. I clamp these with small clips. Clean any excess of glue and let it dry. The lid is composed of 3 parts, the bottom and 2 sides. Let's place glue on all contact areas. Don't forget to put glue on both sides of the smaller parts. It will give you better adherence. Fit each of the smaller parts on the tray. Add some weights to keep them down and straight. Once again, clean any excess of glue and let it dry. We are now done. The Giga or Mega Painting Station is assembled and ready to work. You can spray paint it if you like, or just give it a coat of varnish to protect it. Hope you liked it, and it helped you decide if you are able to do this task. If you like, press like or subscribe, as I intend to do more tutorials on my stuff. Thank you.